Today we will be talking about the threats that can extinct life on Earth and our only home till today. This planet, which houses almost 8 billion people today, is in fact and unfortunately the only paradise where our species reside, feed, nurture and grow because it has all the necessary and essential components to welcome life, which is why it has caused a massive growth in human progression. But this has also led to some very serious consequences that challenges the notion of what it means to be alive for our own species as well as the others. One of the most discussed and often ignored in implementation is the crisis of climate change. Since 2019, World Health Organization and the World Economic Forum both listed climate change and its effects as one of their top risks for human extinction. Recent UN talks observed that climate change was already a matter of life and death for many regions, while many, including Sir David Attenborough, believed that it could lead to the collapse of civilizations and the extinction of much of the natural world. These threats are complex and diverse, from killer heat waves and rising sea levels to widespread famines and migration on a truly immense scale. The greatest danger humanity faces when viewed from a global perspective probably lies somewhere else, because with almost 8 billion people living on Earth, we are increasingly reliant upon global systems to sustain us. These range from the environment that provides us with food, water, clean air, and energy to the global economy that turns these into goods and services. Yet, from declining levels of biodiversity to overextended infrastructure and supply chains, many of these systems are already stressed to a breaking point, and rapid climate change is only making things worse. Past pandemics like the Black Death or the Spanish flu of 1980 have killed tens of millions of people but failed to halt civilization. However, medicine has improved dramatically since the Spanish flu, but on the flip side, transportation across great distances has increased, and more people are living in dense urban areas. That makes worldwide transmission much more of a possibility. Even a pandemic that killed off most of humanity would surely leave a few survivors who have immunity to the disease. The risk isn't that a single contagion kills everyone, it's that a pandemic kills enough people that the rudiments of civilization, agriculture, principally cannot be maintained and the survivors die off. Basically, it means the world's economic and political systems collapse by way of something like a severe prolonged depression with high bankruptcy rates and high unemployment, a breakdown in normal commerce caused by hyperinflation, or even an economically caused sharp increase in the death rate and perhaps even a decline in population. But humanity has survived past economic downturns, even massive ones like the Great Depression. An economic collapse would have to be considerably more massive than that to risk human extinction or to kill enough people that the survivors could not recover. Major asteroid impacts have caused large-scale extinction on Earth in the past. Most famously, the Chicxulub Club impact 16 million years ago is widely believed to have caused the mass extinction that wiped out the dinosaurs. Theoretically, a future impact could have a similar effect. The good news is that NASA is fairly confident in its ability to track asteroids large enough to seriously disrupt human life upon impact, and detection efforts are improving. Scientists are also working on developing ways to deflect asteroids that would have a truly devastating effect, such as by crashing a spacecraft into them with enough force to change their path, avoiding our planet Earth. The super volcanic eruption of Mount Toba 75,000 years ago almost led to the extinction of mankind. Mount Toba, located in north-central Indonesia, and released 2,800 cubic kilometers of ash and lava during the Earth's worst volcanic eruption, which covered much of the sky for a very long time. According to historians, this event plunged the world into a severe ice age. Now, many believe another explosion of this this magnitude can have even deadlier consequences, considering densities surrounding supervolcanoes today. One famous supervolcano is located underneath the Yellowstone National Park. Many volcanologists believe that its eruption can have catastrophic effects on many US cities today. Synthetic biology is an emerging scientific field that focuses on the creation of biological systems including artificial life. The hypothetical danger is that the tools of synthetic biology could be used to engineer a supervirus or superbacteria that is most infectious and capable of mass destruction than one that evolved naturally. Most likely, such an organism would be created as a biological weapon, either for military or a non-state actor. The risk is that such a weapon would either be used in warfare or a terrorist attack, or else leak from a lab accidentally. Either scenario could wind up threatening humanity as a whole if the bioweapons spreads beyond the initial target and becomes a global problem. As with regular pandemics, actual extinction would only happen if survivors were unable to adapt to a giant population decline. This is another potential risk in the future. The concern here is that nanotech democratizes industrial production, thus giving many more actors the ability to develop highly destructive weapons. It's particularly relevant if nanotechnology allows rapid uranium extraction and isotope separation and the construction of nuclear bombs, which would increase the severity of the consequent conflicts. Traditional balance of power dynamics wouldn't apply if individuals and small groups were capable of amassing large, powerful arsenals. There's also a concern that self-replicating nanotech would create a grey goose scenario in which it grows out of control and encroaches upon resources human depends on, causing mass destruction and potentially civilizational collapse. To conclude, these are few of the threats that humanity faces today, but don't lose hope too soon, as our species also has the power to collaborate, communicate, and cultivate solutions that can mitigate these crises while responsibly steer the course of our species in a conducive and prosperous future. Now, if you have any solution that you want to share, so please don't hesitate to mention in the comments. See you till next time.